In this session, we're going to look at the 4 basic temperament types blended in each individual. As we've talked about so far, there are 4 basic types, but what we haven't looked at is the fact that these 4 types are almost always seen as a blend of 2 in each individual. Now on the screen, you'll see the possible combinations of temperament types, and I can't go into each one of them in detail, but I will pick out a few that I'm most familiar with and share them with you. I know one individual who is exactly the opposite of my blend. My blend is phlegmatic choleric. I have a friend whose blend is choleric phlegmatic. We're very similar in many ways, but someone who has a primary of choleric tends to be more to the point, a little more driven, a little more, say, in your face, and the phlegmatic secondary kind of gives it a bit of a calmness, so it's not so much in your face that it's irritating. On the other hand, my blend, I am a very easygoing individual who has a very strong secondary choleric, which provides some push, if you will. I have another individual that I know quite well who is a sanguine melancholy. Now, a sanguine, again, is a very warm, outgoing, verbal type of a person, natural extrovert. A melancholy is somewhat introverted, but more than that is a very analytical and critical type of individual. So when you see some of these blends together, they cause some sort of internal conflict. The person I'm talking about has large plans, things that they want to accomplish, but as we've talked about before, the sanguine's weakness is a lack of organization, whereas the melancholy's strength is organization. So this oftentimes causes conflict within this individual when they want to be organized, when they want to get things done, when their melancholy is somewhat being critical of themselves, of them, for not getting these things done. So oftentimes, some of the blends will have these kinds of conflict. The worst one, if I can use the term worst, is the melancholy choleric. I've said before that this blend often doesn't like other people, and even more often doesn't like themselves. A melancholy tends naturally to be critical. A choleric tends naturally to be driven. If you put those two things together, a melancholy who is choleric secondary will not only be in your face, but will be in your face very critically. So I'm not saying that you can't overcome this by changing personality traits, but a person with this blend is going to often have trouble getting along with themselves as well as others. As you look down through these blends, and if you take time to take a DISC test, you'll find which of yours is primary and which of yours is secondary. So please remember that all of us are a blend of 2 of these temperament types. In rare cases, I have seen a blend of 3 of these temperament types, but your temperament is just the foundation. And as we've talked about several times before, your personality is the combination of your temperament plus your total life experience. So you can take any of these temperament blends and find ways of strengthening the strengths and overcoming the weaknesses. In our next video, we'll begin to look at introversion and extroversion. So again, please subscribe to this so that you're updated when we put new videos out.